to me all fucking heated and shit. Oh, I pressed record. Look at that.
Oh.
It's going. We're going, dog.
Nice.
It's live. I'm going to be heated as fuck.
Nice. We're recording for 6 minutes already?
People.
Seconds.
Seconds, dog. God damn. You act like you're new to this.
Fucking funniest thing on a podcast. Not my podcast, somebody else's podcast I was listening to. Oh, fuck. He was like, oh, today we're talking about, because, I listen to kind of weird stuff.
Yeah, I know.
He was like, oh, today we're talking about fucking, is oil really oil? Does it come from dinosaurs or some shit? Or is it just like come from the earth? By the way, what do you think? Does oil come from dinosaurs or it come from the earth?
Isn't it, both?
I mean, it technically comes from the bones of dinosaurs, right? And they biodegrade and you find it, right?
Is that technically where it comes from?
Yeah.
So if there was no dinosaurs,
yes,
there would be nothing to biodegrade, and we would have no oil.
Correct.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Yes.
You don't think by now we've exhausted all of the fucking dinosaur bones?
That's what people are saying.
Okay.
That it must just come from the earth somewhere.
Well, I think it's a process that the earth is doing to the bones and all the dead matter.
Yeah. But people are saying, oh, it just springs up out of the fucking earth like water and shit.
Well, I don't know enough about this shit. I'm willing to admit I don't know shit, dog.
I also told my sister that oil comes from dinosaur bones. She was like, what the fuck? No way. She's like, I thought that shit was just there. I'm like, what they teach people in school after us? That's probably why we're where we're at now. That's why we don't have flying cars. I blame the new generation.
I don't think we're ever going to have flying cars, dude. You trust these fucking dumbass people? You can't trust them to drive and text at the same time.
Right.
You think you trust them to be in the air?
You're right. Fuckers are getting crashes in fucking Teslas.
In the air?
And we want to do that in the air?
Dude, it's different if you crash and you die and maybe the other person dies, right? Mm-hmm. But now you're like, oh, you crashed, you crashed into the fries, and then all of a sudden people die in the fries and you got to rebuild the fries. Ooh. And you got to... Now, there's all these propane tanks in the front of the fucking fries. It blows through those, blows it. No, dude. Flying cars are never going to happen unless they're 1,000% automated. They're not going to happen.
That is rough.
It's not going to happen. You got people that go their whole life studying to be pilots. Well, not their whole lives, but you get what I'm saying. Right. They study to be pilots. You're not going to get fucking Joe over here who doesn't know how to do an oil change to fly a fucking car jet thing. Never going to happen. It's not going to happen.
That's probably true.
We're more likely to get teleporters than we are to get flying cars.
We can't be like the Jetsons, man.
No. Unless it's all autopilot.
Should be all autopilot.
1,000%.
That way you can get blown in the sky. But we already have planes, so do we really need flying cars?
Yeah, because you're not gonna need a giant jet to get you from here to like the burger place across the street. But you still need one thing, unless you're gonna get a Razor scooter. You know?
Razor scooters are sick. We should have had Razor scooters back in the day.
Dude, my uncle's got a sweet electric one. They're pretty fucking sweet. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That'd be sweet. We should bring back Razor scooters.
They're around. They're just electric now.
Add us on Patreon for $5 a month. We'll send you a Razor scooter.
Dude, do you remember how much were they when they first came out? They were really expensive for a long time.
Like $100.
Yeah, and then they dropped down in price a lot.
Yeah.
What did they get down to though?
I think it was like $50.
Pre-inflation pricing.
Yeah, like $50.
50? Were they that expensive?
Yeah, and then I think the last time I remember them is like, I want to say it was like $40.
Dude, I could have swore I've seen them for $20.
Yeah, now you can see it for $20.
Now?
Yeah.
I meant like then when it dropped off.
I think like $40.
Because I remember thinking like $20 when these things came out, dude. It broke the fucking world.
Back in our day.
Our day, dude. People loved them. You couldn't get them.
You could not get them.
And kids were like, these are fucking cool. You can fold them and take them with you.
Like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, you just use a normal scooter, just almost the same, really, except without the folding.
No, but these were like aluminum. They were lightweight. They were using like almost like the same wheels you use in rollerblades.
Fuck, Razor scooters were badass.
Razor scooters are fucking badass, dude.
You know what else? You know what else was cool? The Razor phone.
The Razor phone was popular too. People loved that thing because it was so sleek. It was like tiny.
Sick.
It was tiny, and it had that flip thing. You were like, pow! You're like, patow! I got a call. Hold up, pow!
That's the thing I miss about phones, man. You don't get that patow when you whip it out.
Not
when
just
you get
that.
A call, you're just like whoopsh.
Not just that. When you hang up on a motherfucker,
you're
like click. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, now you're just like, I'm fucking mad. and you just hang up.
Beep.
There's no emotion behind it.
Yeah.
Unless you're petty, like fucking we are, and you grab the phone and you hit it against something, then you hang up.
Yeah, you don't get that same like aggressive like, fuck you, and you press the button. It's like bloop. You're like, oh, I didn't hit the right one. Hold on, I muted you. Hold on, click.
Yeah, man, that's what I miss.
Yeah.
I also miss the thing on the phone. Look, people, back in the day, if you're listening to this, this is how I know you're way too young for me. You had the phone that flipped up. It had the little case and
Slider.
Yeah. That shit was good too. Love that
Is
because
the
you
slider?
slime
Is that what it was called?
Yeah. Or
The
sidekick.
That's what it was.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, I wanted one of those so badly, man, but my parents just could not afford it because they were so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
They were like the premier fucking phone. They were like 200 plus, and back in that day, 200 plus for a cell phone
Yeah.
was like probably the equivalent of like
$500, $600 now.
Yeah.
I love when fucking hillbilly ass dudes are listening to rap music.
Rap music.
Nothing just makes the world come together like hillbillies listen to some rap music because they can relate. Shooting foxes and trucks, and that's what rap normally is about.
Trucks and
rap.
Yeah.
And shooting foxes and
I know.
banging your mom and whatever country folk do. Dude, it's been 7 months since we've done a podcast.
Well, technically we've done a couple of them, but you keep fucking them up.
My computer took a massive shit.
Okay, you said that, but then you were able to open it up again.
I opened it up again.
It doesn't transfer. Did you?
I reformatted all the cards.
Okay.
We're all good. They will from now on. I almost guarantee that everything will run perfectly.
We need a new setup. So we've had this setup for like a decade now.
I think we should go all in. Get the fucking whole boom mic that comes right here in front of my mouth.
But we don't have
buy
a
whole nother fucking
shit.
coffee table. We'll just attach it to your dinner table, and we'll just put it on there. Bam, right here.
Speaking of that, we should write done this because I had something in the laundry room. But anyways,
and bam, it'll be right there. Crystal clear mic. You'll be able to hear me fucking not suck on the mic like it's a dick.
Yeah, you do that. You do that. You're like, oh, I love it in my mouth. I know you do.
Aww.
Yeah, man, we probably need some new equipment. We probably for sure need some new SD cards.
I think we should go back to WYSIWYG. I think we're more popular on WYSIWYG.
Dude, the WYSIWYG. I showed you WYSIWYG
the
other day.
is still fucking
It's still up and running. Also, they're like trying to charge you for the website, like website builders, and there's like dog shit websites. Like WYSIWYG is the quintessential 2005 logo. Go over there and fucking Google WYSIWYG. Yes, the way it sounds is the way you spell it.
Exactly.
And Google it, and then go to it. It's like a website builder, right?
Yeah.
And, back in the day, Lance, remember our boy Lance? He created a site on WYSIWYG. But it's like it's essentially like GoDaddy version 0.000.1. You know what I mean? Like it's WYSIWYG, like it's bad. It's a pre-cum of fucking GoDaddy.
Even back then, he had one job. We're like, bro, make the website because you're computer
you're
savvy. Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, we got it on
WYSIWYG.
I'm like, cool, .com? He's like, nah, WYSIWYG.
No, dude, it wasn't even that. It was like blank, because I'm not going to advertise for them, blank.WYSIWYG.com. I was like, fuck.
Back then, we're like, what the fuck is this?
WYSIWYG. Yeah, man.
We're just using the internet. We're like, this ain't right. This ain't internet. This is not the internet. Oh, man, that's good times, dog.
Back in the day, man. Dude, I've been seeing so many videos lately that I'm like, fuck, we're so goddamn old, dude.
We're old, man.
Like, I was watching that video I just sent you where it's like that fucking guy's like, oh, let's see what song that was number one when I was what is it? When he was...
Yeah, you can only work out the one song, so you got to see.
The
song was number one.
Okay, that's what it was. Well, what song was number one the day you were born?
Yeah.
And this guy Googles his age, and he was born in 1997. And he's like, oh, he's P. Diddy. He's like, isn't that P. Diddy Puff Daddy? Or whatever, vice versa. And I was like, dude, this motherfucker didn't even remember the conversion from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy.
Yeah, that's fucking...
He was born in 1997. I was like, holy shit, man. By then, I was already looking at women. I was already like, damn. What'd that be like?
Yeah, no kidding.
1997, I was like... Dude, in 1997, we were closer to graduating than we were to fucking being kids.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. We're already fucking deep in school.
Right? Anyways, my point is, like, 1997 is... not that long ago. But with that being said, I think you and I, because we're old as fuck, we lost a decade. I think we lost the 2010s. What do you remember about 2010s? What do you remember about 2010s?
2010, from 2010 to 2020?
Yes. The fuck do you remember about that?
Not a lot happened,
I don't remember shit about that.
I think we were just fucking really grinding the work.
Not me, and not at the time, because I'm grinding fucking now like a goddamn slave. But
now you're conscious that you're grinding. Back then you weren't conscious that you're grinding.
I don't know, man. I don't know what I did for 2010.
I think you were fucking working. I think I was fucking.
I think I did 2 long-term relationships in that time period.
Yeah. I started one. I was just. And you just kept telling me all your stories about fucking. And I'm like, I gotta try that one day. That sounds crazy. And
dude, I will say though, like I was thinking back because I'm getting old and thinking about death now, and I was thinking about how, like, I can't complain. I was thinking back through, and I'm like, I do feel like I've lived different lives. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like I had the young phase, we had the stupid car phase, and then there's a point where I was in a cohabitation phase. I did a couple relationships in between. Wild. You know what I mean? I got fucked a couple times, and on the way I'd like to get fucked. It's just I've lived. I do feel like I've lived a couple lives. Yeah,
for sure. We're old enough that we have different fucking.
It's crazy.
Fucking eras of our life and shit.
Crazy. Oh yeah, there's plenty of those motherfuckers running around. Yeah, errors is what we're saying.
Number.
What was your number 1 song? Mine was trash.
Song. On the day I was born, which I'm not gonna tell you because you're gonna be like, "Fuck, you're old." I Knew You Were Waiting for Me. Aretha Franklin and George Michael. Fucking ass.
Dude, mine was trash too. Song. It was like some Cyndi Lauper song or some shit. I can't remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was the girls just wanting to have fun?
No, it wasn't even the good one. It was it was a depressing one she had.
Oh, let me see. I'm looking it up right here. That's terrible. See, we didn't have good
terrible
songs.
Fucking song. I was hoping for Thriller or some shit. Yeah, at least I get down with some fucking Thriller.
You're like, yeah, boy.
I was like, let's go, Michael Jackson. You're the black version. You're the good one, man.
Yeah, you're the nice one. I like that.
I was hoping for some fucking Thriller, dog. I was like, God damn it.
Oh, my God. True Colors by Cyndi. Fucking gay,
man.
dog.
I told you, man. It wasn't good. I don't know why you looked it up. You can't even trust my word anymore. No trust between us. What's wrong with you?
I like to know songs, so I'm like, because there's good songs in the 80s.
But my point is point. Okay, what about like other genres though? Did they give you other genres?
No.
Oh. Fuck.
No, that's it. You get that. You get that one song.
Fuck. Yeah, man. I didn't have a good one.
That's rough.
It's probably telling me how depressive my life was gonna be.
Yeah, it's like
you get some wins in these fields, but these other fields, you're getting fucked in the ass with no lube.
You're not gonna get anything.
You're getting diddied. Stop looking at whores while we're talking about this podcast.
I have to make sure I have all my topics right.
Fuck out of here. You're just on Instagram.
But look.
You're not going to talk about that.
I can't.
We're not going to talk about that.
I can't talk about it.
Send her my profile, though.
I'll be available in the next week or so.
Yeah, depending on how whether or not I get pissed off tomorrow, yeah, it might be a lot more availability in my time.
Well, that's good. We go see Deadpool.
Oh, next week's going to be fun, dog. Did I tell you next week what I'm doing next week?
What?
Did I tell you what I'm doing next week?
What?
I'm gonna go stab some more next week.
You get some more tats?
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
I'm getting stabbed some more next week.
You know what?
So when you fuckers hear this, the countdown has begun.
Are you gonna get Charizard?
I'm gonna get Charizard fucking Blastoise because everybody knows that Charizard's a hater and fuck Blastoise. I know you love Blastoise.
Then my other pack, I'm gonna get fucking Mewtwo, just fucking a Zapdos.
I'm gonna get Mewtwo and Charizard. My team 6. You know, my team of 6.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my Mewtwo, my Charizard. I'm gonna get my Arcanine. I can't remember what else I had, but I'm gonna have them all in like a wrap cover pose.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
NWA one.
They'd be like, "What's up?" They'd be like down and shit.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get.
I like how your fucking Pokemon thing is nothing but fucking legit legendary magic shit that you can only obtain once you're level 99.
Yeah.
But
you're like, I didn't put my Zapdos and Articuno in that bitch.
But other people's are just like, yeah, so I really like
my Weedle.
Yeah, I really like my fucking Caterpie. He's really strong. So I had him and I made him evolve into Butterfree, so that's my top of my 6. You're like, nah, I'm going for the kill.
I play for keeps, dog. Have you just met me?
Fucking,
Have you not known how I do?
I am destroying the Pokemon in front of me and the fucking person.
Just you
who
wait
threw
till
it.
you see my fucking plan for later this year. Just you
jeez.
wait. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go get some fucking more stuff done this next week. All this money I'm making, it's all going to tattoo.
Yo, it's going to housing myself, and then anything I have left over I use for food and then tattoos.
Man, yeah, why not? Gotta do it while I'm young, because when the skin gets old, they don't look as good.
Damn, that sucks. Tattooing some old leathery ass skin.
I don't know, man. You know what's funny? I went to Fry's earlier today to get groceries, and there was this woman where, like, I'm like, are these fake tattoos? She was tatted like a motherfucker. But then, like, she had her shirt, like, sideways a little bit, and she had them on her neck. She had them on her traps. I was like, no, these are real. She has a lot of fucking tattoos. Look at this fucker. Look at these fucking people.
Why are you parking right here by me?
Just fucking go back to my place, dog, so
Yes,
I can
I
fucking
will.
put the clothes in the dryer.
Oh, damn.
That's how old I am, that I'm fucking doing laundry while we do this
You're doing
podcast.
laundry late at night.
Yeah, man, because I'm a goddamn vampire, but then I also work early as fuck, and
I'm going to park right behind these
and
guys.
my circadian rhythm is
It's
fucked.
fucking off.
Is fucked. These are the
Yeah.
guys who were drifting between us earlier, by
Yeah,
the way.
tell them what they're drifting in, dog.
And a fucking Cadillac something or other. I don't know what that is. I don't know American cars.
What were they doing? Were they trying to rape us?
I don't know, man. I hate people.
The only,
I hate
well, the only
people.
reason I want to come out, I'm like, I haven't had coffee in a little while. And it's not good coffee, but I want that, you want that
Dude, I've
sugary
had
shit.
so much
sometimes.
coffee today. You don't even know.
Also, I stopped drinking soda, so. I was
Good.
like,
About fucking time. I keep telling you to lose weight. You and Boski's fat
oh,
asses.
I'll fucking.
You and Boski's fucking obese fat asses need to start losing that goddamn weight.
I'm gonna send,
Both of you have not given me any weigh-ins.
I'm going to give you some weigh-ins probably within this next week here.
Both of y'all are fucking slacking like a motherfucker. All you fucking fat fucks need to get it together.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
I'm not even going to talk about the other one who just likes to talk shit and then doesn't participate in this, even though he's like, I want a gift too. We won't talk about him.
We're getting gifts? I was just losing weight because.
No, the whole point, what I should have done is I should have made this a competition so you guys take this seriously. But yeah, the whole point was like I was going to get you guys a nice gift if your fat asses lost the weight. The whole goal was for you to get
I
you
got
in
6
200.
months, dog.
No, you don't.
What do you mean?
No, you
We
don't.
got 6 months till the end of the year.
Did you get hit in the head on the way
Yes, yeah.
in? It's
What?
September, like in the next week. You mean you're doing the math wrong?
We had a deadline?
The end of the year.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, September, October, November, December. You got 4
Oh,
months.
fuck.
You better
Dude,
stop eating.
this year, yeah,
You better
I'm going
stop
to throw
eating.
up right now.
Put the 2 fingers down the
Yeah,
throat.
yeah, put your finger down my
Oh,
mouth
fuck
right
that.
now.
No, that's the shit the
Like
boys
that
do.
fucking,
That's the
like
shit
that
the
fucking
boys do.
commercial you just showed me about the Dorito cleaner.
You're gonna ruin it
traumatized.
for them. Oh, I guess I gotta send it to them.
Yeah, you
before
gotta
this.
send it to them. They're like, yeah, that's a good job.
Yeah,
We're
man.
gonna sign up for that.
Yeah, man. I gave you and Boski's fat ass,
Fuck.
and apparently volunteered DH.
right, we're on this
By the
bitch,
end of the
guys.
year, man, you guys haven't done
We're
shit.
on this shit.
Your boy is over here trying to get fucking his dick root back, and you guys haven't done shit.
Wow.
I'm trying to get this degree and getting dick root back at the same time.
You're doing multiple things.
I'm doing a lot, man. Working like 1 billion hours a
And
week
you're still
while I
getting
get
dick root.
tattoos, and y'all are just over here eating Doritos and shit off of fucking strippers' asses. Get it together.
I mean, that's fucking goals right there. But
I don't know about strippers.
I mean, she needs to clean that ass. Hopefully,
It's like you get Cardi
sanitize.
B's. You're like, man, yeah, exactly, man. That's what you're thinking of. You're thinking of like Cardi B or fucking Megan the Stallion or that one ratchety little one you like. What's that little ratchety
Oh,
one you
that
like?
little one that has Down syndrome.
Yeah, man.
Ice
that
Spice.
One.
That
Ice
bitch.
Spice. Yeah. Did I ever show
That
you
bitch
that?
is down for
that-
sure.
Did I ever show you that video, dude, of like her doing her little concert and she's twerking and she does that one little twerking move that's really popular? And my thing was like, she did the twerking thing, but somebody had an angle of her face, and she had like the most like I'm bored and I'm hating my life face.
Yeah, that's
ever.
what happens when you fucking sign yourself to the devil, man. You gotta do some shit you don't like.
Well, my thing is like, God, can you imagine? Like,
she-
you're known for being whorish, and now you have to be whorish every single
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah, that's
Fuck.
all you're there for.
What a rough life.
And then, I mean, look, she's retarded, and she's probably the most popular retard that's ever been. And that's good for her.
There's some other rappers that I would argue are also equally special.
I mean, she's really down. You can tell in her face. She needs a fucking.
And that's bad because you worked with special
Yeah, that's
people.
how I can tell. I'm like, she needs an IEP plan ASAP, bro.
Fuck.
Get her to her counselor. Where?
Who let her twerk?
Who let her
perfectly?
twerk that? Is that one of her goals
Fuck.
for movement? What is going on here?
Fuck.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm like, who let her out? Why?
All right, let's move this shit in.
All right.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think you might be right, though. I think she's got a little something in her.
Yeah.
A little something going on there.
Once she gets she probably don't get a check by the government anymore for being special.
Does that stop after a certain age?
You can't make a certain amount of money.
Oh, that makes sense. And she's
So,
probably making a lot of money
yeah,
now.
she's probably. I would assume so, unless her parents are taking it all, or overseer, or I don't know, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know, man. But what brought that up? Oh, yeah, you're supposed to lose some fucking weight. You and Boski both been about that bullshit.
Now we're gonna get on it. He said I'm gonna throw up so much this weekend.
About that bullshit is what I'm gonna call both
Gotta
of you.
put that feather down your throat.
About that bullshit 1 and about that bullshit 2.
I put that. Gotta shove it down your throat so everything out of your stomach comes out. Yeah, man. That's what you gotta do. Gotta make some space for the gains. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing like no stomach acids to fucking.
That's right.
Fucking burn down the. Oh shit! Let's not look at that. Stomach acids burning down your fucking stomach or your
Yeah.
lining.
Yeah, man. That's how you know. And it comes up your throat, so it really motivates you.
Gross. What was I gonna tell you? So I got 2 topics for you.
All right.
Do you want me to tell my story about my electrician,
Yes, I do.
or do you want me to talk about, conspiracy theories?
Oh man,
I know
love conspiracy
you love
theories.
because you love those fucking
Love
things.
those fucking things.
You love them more than coochie sometimes.
I do. I can get coochie anytime. Can I get a good conspiracy theory anytime?
All the time? No.
No, you
All right,
cannot.
fair enough. What do you want to talk about first?
All right, fucking do the your electrician story.
Oh, okay. I thought I would have put money that you were gonna go conspiracy theory.
No, 'cause
Okay.
Gotta ease in because people haven't heard us in a while. So we
Well,
gotta.
so you
ease
couldn't.
in.
By the way, we had a podcast last week and you couldn't get that
2
shit
weeks ago, I
popping
could not
off.
get that shit popped off.
Jesus, I hope you don't fuck this one up. Anyway,
maybe, because I cleared my whole computer, factory reset that bitch. So anything.
you
that's
installed a
on
new Microsoft thing that doesn't make it so it actually works.
Sure.
Dude, that took down our work.
Yeah, that took down my mom's work too.
Okay.
Only if somebody at Microsoft would have been smart enough to see this, have seen this.
No shit.
I like how we went from 99 to 2000 without any problems after everybody said there's going to be
The
problems.
Y2K. Remember that label where it's like turn off your computers and then
Yeah.
before 12 p.m. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Also, by the way, why couldn't someone have just run a few scenario tests on that? But anyways, back to my point. So, ye old Dick O'Rye tinkers with woodworking, right? You know this. Some of the listeners know this. I haven't been able to do shit with it because I've been working so much, but that's besides the point. Ye old Dick O'Rye felt really accomplished because of some of the shit I've done this year that I bought myself a nice present. Bought myself a new tool.
Nice.
Right?
What is it?
And the captain came over. You helped me put together some pieces of it because I needed to be able to lift things and move things and shit. And I didn't want to just fucking manhandling it and then risk damaging this quite expensive tool, to be honest with you. So, anyways, this tool has been a struggle. Because when did you help me do that? Like 3 months ago?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. And so finally I put the tool together. I was confident that everything was working. And then I realized that the tool is shipped to other countries where they don't have the same plugs. So it doesn't ship with the plug, right? So I'm like, fuck, I got to go buy a plug. Been busy, life, shit happens. I went to go buy a plug. Okay, I'm going to try to tell this story quickly so that people don't get bored. I connected the plug and it fucking kept popping breakers. No matter what I did, it kept popping the breakers. Well, your boy Dick O'Rye has had to learn a lot about electricity in the meantime. Apparently, I'm going to try to teach you folks some shit because you're all probably as stupid as I am. When you plug stuff into your house, most houses, at least here in this state with this fucking electrical codes, traditionally lock it and max it out at 15 amp breakers. Your
Okay.
breakers out there are 15 amps. I did a little deep dive on electricity because I hate electrical. Amperage, if I'm not mistaken, is the amount of power that can flow through that piping or the wires or whatever at one time, right? I don't think that tool I don't think most things require 15. If they require 15, they probably need 15 at startup and then probably need less throughout that time, right?
Right.
Whatever. I'm not trying to teach you electrical. You go look at a YouTube video. But my point to this is I kept popping breakers, and little did I find out it's because I needed a higher amperage. I only found that out because I had to read the fucking manual, and I wish I would have realized that I needed an electrician before I could even use this fucking tool. Long story short, I went in on that one app that you told me about because no free ads, right? To look for an electrician because ye old dickery fucks with a lot of things. Electrical is not one of them, okay? Mm-hmm. I'll tell you off podcast this fucked up story at work about the electrical thing. I think I told you, but maybe not. But anyways, so ye old dickery uses that app that you recommended to go find an electrician because you and I don't have friends and we don't have electrician friends.
Exactly.
So I hired this company. Of course, they had a great 5-star rating, and it was a legitimate company because they had a fucking van. They had a wrap on it. They had the whole shebang,
That's
right?
right, dog. That's
Nice
how you know
guy
you're
came
legit.
out. We talked about it. He's like, look, what you're going to need is you're going to need a 30-amp breaker, okay?
Goddamn.
You currently don't have one. That's the equivalent of my fucking dryer right now that's running over there, okay?
Yeah.
30 amps. This is a big dick machine, okay? This machine be slinging dick like Mr. Big Dick, okay?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It's a
That's
big
fuck
dick
a
machine,
lot.
okay? This is fucking high-level shit. I wish I would have known this. I may or not have bought it. Anyways, he's like, you're going to need a 30-amp breaker, and that needs to come off of the box. It needs to come down off of the box. We need to run new wires through the house walls into the wall, and we're going to put a separate receptacle, and we're going to install the thing, and that way you can use your machine. And I'm like, cool. Guess what his estimate was?
2,000.
It was $1,000. Good enough.
Oh, okay.
$1,000. But you know what the Dick O'Reilly's problem is.
You can't find it cheaper.
You're right. I'm fucking cheap.
Fucking Arab trader over here.
I'm cheap as fuck.
Hey, I know you said $1,000. What if I give you? That's not my final offer. We're negotiating. I'll give you a set of the coasters I make. And like $500. Shake my hand. I don't want to look at it. Oh.
Okay, so I couldn't do that
Fucking Jew.
because this is a legitimate company. Like
Jewish people look at you. They're like, fuck. I don't know.
You're like, this guy's good.
This guy's real good. I
He
don't
got
know.
his shekels locked up somewhere. Anyways,
He has a big pot of gold somewhere. I know. I just know it.
so I couldn't do that because this is a legitimate company. Like he had to take
Yeah.
pictures to send to the mother base, and they sent me
wow.
the quote via the internet,
Okay,
right?
That's actually legit.
Legitimate company for sure, dude. When you get a van with a wrap, that costs some money, right?
Normally, I get a windowless van.
Yes. Well, we could talk about the pavers if you want. But anyways, so
You just had a fucking Kia Rio.
it was a couple real questionable. So anyways, this is a life lesson for all of you. Listen to the Dick O'Reilly story. So Dick O'Reilly's like, all right, I'll let you know, buddy. But I took a day off of work for this, man. I was hoping to get it done that day. That was the other issue too. And so I'm like, fuck. So I go back on that app you tell me, and I contacted 2 more people. And then they were like, well, send me some pictures. Let me see if I can get down there on Saturday. And I'm like, cool. I hit up another guy. All very high ratings, by the way.
Yeah.
I wasn't fucking with nobody under 4 ratings,
Yeah,
right? Hit him up, and he's like, so we talked through it. And he's like, yeah, man, he understood what I needed. I now understood what I needed. He understood the thing. He's like, but you know what? Can I go down there to take a look at it? We're both on the same side of town. I said,
Nice.
Perfect. Come on down, random stranger.
Come into my home.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a shit while you're here?
Dude, we can talk about the pavers if you want. So anyways, is that your fucking sleeping alarm?
Yeah.
Fucking child over here. So anyways, what happens when you're slinging dick and that alarm goes off?
Normally I have my phone on silent.
Fucking, that would make any girl soft.
No,
Anyways,
she has one too.
red flag.
It
Anyways,
goes off at the same time for some reason. I'm like,
red ass flag. Anyways, so the guy comes over and we start talking. First and foremost, let me describe the scenario here. The guy pulls up in like a 2005 Avalanche with like chrome wheels, some missing
love.
hubcaps.
Mexicans love those.
Oh, not even a Mexican dude. Look at your fucking face right now. Look at your fucking face right
If
now.
anything but a Mexican would have came, I'd be like, you got the wrong house.
Not a Mexican dude.
Ugh.
Nice guy. We start talking through it, right? We start talking through it. He looks at it. He's like, you got plenty of space in your box. He's like, I think we need to run this here. We do this and that. We'll get you a new receptacle. And I'm like, cool. He gives me a hell of a price.
He's like, I will take those coasters.
With that. No, okay. First, he's like, he's like, I think it's gonna be around this much, but I'm gonna go to Home Depot and price this stuff out. And I said, cool. And he's like, I'll call you, and if we're good, I'll come in the morning and do it. So far, everything's coming up golden here, right?
Good transaction.
It's getting done early. He's giving me a better price. He goes to Home Depot. He's like, you know what we need to do? He says this, which to me was the first red flag. Well, first, the avalanche was the first red flag.
For sure.
Okay. Second red flag. He's like, we can do this because traditionally code states that you have to use hard piping when you do that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Unless you're running it through the walls, I think. But we're running it outside the walls, so you can't have cables flippity-floppeting around. Right. So you got to run hard pipe, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Like the Dick O'Reilly slings.
Yeah.
And so what you have to do is we're going to drill through the wall, put some hard pipe. But he's like, you know what? We're going to do the same shit that this little sprinkler system that you have uses. It's like a soft conduit kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And he's like, that'll save us money from having to buy a pipe bender. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you're an electrician. Shouldn't you have a goddamn pipe bender already?
You don't always need it, man.
You should have one, though. I do woodworking, and I have saws.
I don't even use them. They're there, though.
Yeah, just in case. Exactly. That's my point. So anyways, red flag number 2. Let's see if we can count them all, kids. How many red flags can the Dick or I collect?
You're going to give me a run for my money this week.
So he goes to Home Depot, calls me. He's like, here's your price. And I'm like, fucking great. That's a great price. I love it.
Almost too great.
Oh, you'll tell me by the end of this fucking story. So we agree that the next morning he'll be here like at 10 o'clock in the morning to do this.
Yo,
and I'm
like, being up early.
10 is not that early, but still, whatever. I'm willing to sacrifice.
I would have preferred, during the afternoon when I'm fully awake.
Well, his thing was like, we'll get it done.
Back to his kids because it's probably his weekend for him.
I don't know about that. We didn't get into that. But he's thinking an hour. I'm like, sweet, let's do this. 10 o'clock, boom, better price, let's go. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. He gets here. He's very communicative. He's like telling me he ran a little late in the morning. I was like, cool, that's fine. Apparently he's having issues with Home Depot employees. Cool, whatever. I don't give a shit. Get here and get my stuff done. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm not that guy, right? Like, I don't want to let this dude just hang out with his 2005 Avalanche in my garage with my expensive tools on his own. I'm going to hang out with him in the garage just to make sure my fucking green shitty ass Ryobi tools don't disappear. You know what I mean? This guy doesn't have a fucking pipe bender. Now my Ryobi tools are in danger. Do you know what I mean? Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm hanging out with this motherfucker. It's getting warm, by the way. We live in a hot state. Hot as balls out there. Okay? This guy's like, dude, he's like, look at the panel. He's like, I think we're going to run the thing through here. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I'm like, cool, man, cool. Yeah, no, cool. And then he's like, all right, we're going to drill it here. We're going to do this. And I was like, so far, all of it sounds good. I don't know any better. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so third red flag. Dude takes out a drill bit and he fucking drills into the wall. That hole was way too big. That hole's way too big, man. We could use a smaller bit. Now I got to do fucking patchwork.
Jesus.
Also, blows out some of the drywall on the way in.
How?
A little too hard. A little too hard on that fucking tool, man.
You're making me upset.
Red flag number 3. Oh, wait, we're not done yet. Okay. He's like, he starts doing his thing and he's like, fuck. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I bought the wrong connector for the tool to plug into the receptacle. He's like, I got to go to Home Depot or again. He's like, which is the closest one? So I'm telling him which is the closest one. He throws his shit in the garage. I close the garage. He leaves. Right. Cool. All right. I'm like, all right, man, this is going to take more than an hour. I know this for a fact now. Right.
It's seeming that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm like, we're going to get this done. Okay. He comes back. Right. And he's like, I just hear him say fucking shit. And I was like, okay. I'm like, what happened, man? And he's like, I bought that shitty ass window rebuild kit for my Avalanche. And the window just dropped. I was like, excuse me? And he's like, yeah, it's a shitty, like, O'Reilly's rebuild kit. And apparently the window, he's like, they happen all the time. They break, and the window just dropped right now.
Okay, N-word, that's nice, but the electrical?
And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, I didn't say this, but I'm thinking to myself, well, I know what you're going to use this money for. You know what I mean? But he's pissed off about it. I'm like, let's just keep going, man.
I'd be pissed off about it too.
So then he's like, oh, I bought the, he's like, I bought the plug, and he gives me this baggie, and he just throws it on my work table in the garage. This is the most fucking Lego piece fucking plug I've ever seen. Most plugs, you take them apart a little bit, and then you put the wires and bolt them in, right? Mm-hmm. And then you fucking screw them in, and you're tight. You're good.
Right.
No. This was plastic boxes. And then you had the prongs separate. And you had to bolt the cables onto the prongs. And the prongs slid into the plastics. And you had to coordinate the sliding of the prong. It was some Lego piece of shit. He's like, you figure it out. I'm going to work on the box. What red flag are we at?
That's 4, dog.
He's like, you figure this out for me. He's
but
like,
I know I'm the professional, but you're really not doing enough. Even though you paid me.
He's like,
get your ass to work.
He's like, you figure it out. I'm gonna work on the box. And I'm like, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, whatever the fuck gets him out of my house faster. Okay. I just told him, badass Arcana, by the way. I told him, I'm like, I just need you to remind me which is the positive prong, which is the negative prong. Is it the right or the left? Because I don't want to flip these and fuck them up, right? Mm-hmm. So anyways, I figure it out quickly. I'm a goddamn man. And he's still fucking with the box. Okay. This motherfucker, this hose that he bought, the flexible hose, it's ribbed for the wire's pleasure, okay? Because it's got a fucking coil in it. So as we're trying to run the cables through it, it's getting caught in the ribs. So now I'm over here jerking off some pipe while he runs the cable through it, trying to make sure that this thing snakes correctly. That took some more time, okay? At some point, I had to help him run it through the thing. It just is a fucking nightmare. Okay, so we get it through. The wires are through the wall, right? And so then he starts putting the box on the wall. And he's like, he puts the box on it. It's because it's a metal box. If you're not familiar, those of you that have never seen these, it's a metal box that eventually the plug will go into, right?
Right.
He puts it on there. He marks up the 4 holes. And then he takes down the box. He drills out the holes. And he puts out the 4 anchors, right? Okay. He does the whole shebang. He does it right. He puts the fucking level on it. Makes sure the box is fucking nice and straight. Make sure that the fucking thing is up in the air in the right place, the height that we wanted it, the whole shebang, right? He's wrapping that fucking condom ribbed hose in the right positions with it, right?
Okay.
And then he drills some more holes so that he could put the bracketry, so the bracketry holds the hose in place, right? So the hose isn't just flippity floppity. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, this motherfucker doesn't understand that impacts come with fucking gears in them. He's doing everything with that fucking top gear. He's like, everything, dog. Raw dogging it. There's no like, hey, let me make sure the screw is the first couple threads are on there. He's like, I'm like, fuck. He's stripping everything.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. He's going
ham, dog,
for no reason.
And then he's like, "Oh fuck, I gotta move this thing over here." So he undoes the screw, and every goddamn time, all 3 or 4 times, the fucking anchors go with it. The plastic anchors are coming out of the drywall as he's taking the screws out. It's to the point where I have to bust out my anchors because he needs bigger sizes and he doesn't have them. I'm like, "Here you go, man. Use these." And he's like, right? Cool. Okay. Eventually, the wire is the flippity floppity wire, the ribbed condom wire is on the wall. It's stout. It's not moving nowhere, right? Mm-hmm. He gets the fucking box in it, and he's like, Then look at the goddamn box, and it's not fucking level.
Well, look, at least it's on the wall.
At least that's my point. At least it's on the fucking wall.
Right. Okay? We're halfway there.
We're halfway there. Okay, I figure I can move that fucking box later.
Yeah, you can do it later.
You know what I mean? I can do it.
Yeah.
Just patch some drywall up. Fine. I got to patch that fucking giant hole he made anyways. It's cool.
Yeah, I already
it's
fucked
fine.
up everything.
So he starts like wiring the plug, right? Mm-hmm. And by the way, this motherfucker didn't try to get a nice plug. I have a fucking washer plug in my garage right now. He's got that big ass one. They make the one that like, okay, if I describe to you folks what the plugs look like, it's like two little slits in the little mouth, right? For traditional American plug. Well, if you got like a 30 amp breaker, the one of the slits will have a little cross slit on it. That's how the whole reason for doing that is because you want a different plug so that when you plug in a toaster, you're not running it through a 30 amp fucking breaker and you fucking blow up your toaster because it's a lot more amperage, right? So anyways, so he brought me a fucking washer plug. I got a big ass thing like this, dog. I'm like, Jesus. I was like, I don't give a fuck as long as it works, right? And so this dude, get this shit. He connects the wires to the back of the receptacle.
It's crazy. The story's still going.
Still going. He connects the wall to the back of the receptacle. At some point, by the way, I don't know why I noticed this, but in one of his hands, he must have cut himself somehow. Because he's got blood like on his fucking hand, the outside over here. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you did that. I don't even want to ask. Maybe moving the box around. So he's screwing the cables to the back of the receptacle. Mm-hmm. Man, little Rub's having a fucking time of his life here in this story, I bet you, because he loves electrical. So he connects it to the back of the wall outlet, and then he's looking at it like he's trying to solve cancer. He's like, he's trying to figure like, how do I bolt this to the fucking metal thing in the wall? He's looking at it, and I'm like, yo, dog, I think that thing goes on the face, and then the face bolts up to the fucking box. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're right. And I'm like, fuck, my house is going to go light on fucking fire, man.
Your AC is going to kick on a little too hard one day, and you're going to go on fire.
I'm like, fuck.
It's going to look like that video you showed me of those guys' garage.
Oh, don't jinx me. So that happens, and I'm like, fuck, man. But then here goes this guy, and he's like, prap, 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 prap. Just no fucks with the screws. Just fucking ramming them like Christian Grey in Grey's fucking 50 Shades of Grey. Just no lube, just pap, pap.
All dick.
High level.
Just all dick.
High level impact. Just pap, 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 pap. I'm thinking those things are stripped the moment they fucking press that shit. We had to fucking fix some shit. But anyways, those screws are stripped the fucking moment that we ram those things in there. I mean, that guy, he got to the point where I wanted him out the fucking house, to the point where like I was holding his fucking impact driver and give it to him because he was struggling to hold the receptacle, connect the things, hold the screw. I was like, let's get this fucking going, right?
Right.
So anyways, came to the point where like I was like, I'm worried now, right? I'm worried he's going to get this fucking done in time. And so he eventually puts a receptacle on, everything's connected, and then I'm like, okay, we're ready. And he's like, yeah, connect the thing. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta connect it. And I grabbed that plug the most flamboyant way you have ever seen me grab anything. And I was like, I can only touch the fucking plastic edges, and I'm putting it on there. And I'm asking the guy, I'm like, well, you're sure about the positive and negative terminals, right? Because if I have to fucking do this, if I did this wrong, I don't want to damage the tool. And he's like, oh, don't worry. If you're fucking wrong, then the breaker's just going to pop. And I'm like, what about this expensive app? But I was like, fuck it. I was like, Jesus, take the wheel, man. This is the first time in a very long time where I've almost prayed, man. I was like, let this shit fucking work. You know what I mean? So he's like, hit the switch. And I was like, oh, I know how much this tool costs. You know what I mean? And so I hit the fucking button, and it fucking works. It fucking works, dog. It fucking works.
I mean...
And I was like, holy shit, you might be a fucking crazy dude, but it works. And by the way, dude, this whole time I'm helping him, he's telling me about his fucking life, and he's telling me how like he used to be a car salesman, and he had a buddy of his who was making 6 figures doing electrical work, and when the car salesman stuff didn't work, He went to go learn the trade from his buddy, and his buddy went and did a 6-figure job with him in a farmhouse somewhere in the middle of the desert, and he only paid him like $4,000, and he was pissed off, and he stopped working. The whole fucking thing. I knew his whole fucking life story. So anyways, the tool fucking works. I'm happy. He's like, yeah, you're going to have to patch up this. I don't do the patching up of the drywall.
You're like, no shit. I wouldn't ask you to.
No shit. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to clean my tools. And I'm like, that's great. I'm going to get your money, so you can go or whatever, right? And I go inside the house. I get the money. I come out. I give him the money. He's like, yeah, thanks, man. And he leaves, right? He leaves. And then... he leaves. Stop being distracted.
I was too
He fucking leaves, and then I'm like, all right, well, let me clean this up. There's fucking drywall everywhere. Let me clean this stuff up. I get my vacuum. I start vacuuming, and I fucking look at the wall.
I'm about to go see this shit right now.
There's a fucking blood stain on the wall. He must have tried to wipe down some of the fucking drywall, and he wiped his blood on the fucking wall.
Great, we can clone him now.
It's like fucking shit, man. So I did have to clean that up. But wait, there's more.
Jeez.
There's more, okay? Since then, this motherfucker has called me like 3 or 4 times. Every time I pick up, he's like, oh, sorry, wrong number. I think the meth is wearing off.
Yeah.
And then the other day, so after the last piece of this, I don't know how many red flags we're at now. I go to my bedroom shortly afterwards, and I'm like, why is my fan off? And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I fuck with the lights, and the lights aren't working. And I'm like, did this dude fuck up the master bedroom lighting? And so I'm like, fucking shit. So I go to the fucking panel, okay?
Okay.
And I'm looking through all the switches, and the only one that's not, for some reason, it's not labeled. I don't know why. You shouldn't have fucked with that one, but whatever. I flipped the only switch that was switched off. And I came back in here, and it worked. And I was like, cool, let me go close up the fucking box again. It must have popped or something. I don't know. And so I go out there and look at the box, and I'm like, why does the box look weird? Why does it look off? Right? And I'm like, what's going on? And I was like, where's my 30-amp breaker? Where is it? This dumb motherfucker, when you install a new breaker, you're supposed to pop off the little metal thing so it peeks through the fucking face of it.
Right.
He didn't. I looked over and it's like bowing the fucking plastic or the metal, and he's still fucking. And I'm like, how did he get the face on it and still pushed it in enough to get the 2 screws on the bottom?
It's probably what
the
cut
fucking
him.
impact driver. He's probably like psh, psh, rubbing those fucking screws through. And so I like literally 2 seconds on my one of these days I came home from work and I was like, it's bothering me. So I went out there, took the fucking 2 screws out with a hand screwdriver, and it took me 2 seconds to grab a piece of pliers and bend the fucking piece off so I could pop that in. The nice thing comes through. It looks all nice and tidy. The screws came on soft and tight, just nice and smooth, the way it's supposed to be fucking done. And the moral of the story is don't get the cheapest goddamn thing on the fucking world to do your job. And that guy keeps hitting me up, and he's like, yeah, man, if you know anybody who needs electrical work, yeah, send them my way. And I was like, yeah, man, I'll send them your fucking way. Fuck, I will. I don't want that guy back.
Oh, my God. Well, at least, yeah, take the good with the bad. At least it's working.
As far as I know. I haven't had to use the tool yet.
Until you have to turn something else on.
Fucking A, dog. At some point, you just had to laugh at the fucking ridiculousness.
Until you try to charge your Penetrator 7000 and it blows a fuse.
I was like, what in the actual fuck?
So you try to watch TV and the fucking refrigerator turns off or some shit.
I was pissed, man. I was like, what the fuck? But I did it to myself. I got the cheapest fucking quote. And by the way, in my defense, I went back to the app. Mm-hmm. He did have a 5-star rating, but my dumb ass didn't dig deeper, and there's like 2 ratings on this fucking dude. And one of them was probably him or some shit. I don't know.
Excellent service.
Yeah, they were all very good.
Maybe he was just coming off some fentanyl high, and he just
was forgetting. I would guess that's like an accurate guess.
He was forgetting what to do, so you know, it's all right. You got everything done. You didn't burn down anything. You're plus 500 on money so far because you gave him a handshake and a Big Mac, and he took it.
Yeah, pretty accurate. Yeah.
So
I mean, the guy was incredibly affordable. I'm not gonna lie to you.
On second thought, I think I will call him back.
I mean, if I ever had an EV, maybe I have him call up. But
hey,
dude,
you know what? I need a whole new AC. Can you do it? Yeah, man, I can do that shit.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll tell you the price off pod, but he was incredibly affordable. In fact, I'm gonna tell you the price right now. I'm gonna pause this bitch, and you tell me whether or not this story was worth it. All right, ready?
Oh my god! I'm surprised he didn't murder everybody in this house for that price.
Oh, I was ready for it. I was ready for that to go that way. But especially when I saw the avalanche. But my point is, you know the price now. Like, is it worth that headache for that price?
Yeah, it was worth it for that price.
And that's the dick arrive, man.
You should have took off a few dollars because you helped him.
I should have. And he used some of my fucking wall anchors.
And he left his fucking DNA everywhere. If he ends up murdered, they're going to come over here and be like, hey, did you murder him?
Nope.
There's blood right here.
He did this work, though. So that's my electrician story, man. You know what I realized? I never told my cabinet story. I won't tell it today. But remember my story? I never told that on the podcast, I don't think. My garage cabinets.
I think you did.
Did I? Oh, I was telling that story the other day at work. I was still rolling about it. But anyways, that's my electrician story, man. I now have a 30 amp unit in my garage that should work.
It probably work.
I have yet to turn the table saw on with it, but we'll see. But it's on 2 different breakers.
Yeah, you're going to turn on the table saw and it's going to turn off your toilet.
Fuck. It charges up the toilet.
Up the toilet.
So I'm like, wow, that cleaned it up nicely.
My ass has never been cleaner.
Fuck. Yeah, man. That was my electrician story. So, moral of the story is sometimes you get what you pay for, but sometimes you now know that what I spent on this, you make it seem like it was worth it too.
I mean, if you want shitty service, right, you're gonna pay a little.
And
less.
I paid for it. I put a little work too. I was dripping sweat, dude.
Jeez.
It's hot.
Hey, bro, you want to take a shower?
No,
Get in here.
no. Scrub my back, bro.
Yeah.
Get in there.
No, I mean, you get what you pay for, right?
Yes.
In the end, it's just as long as he got it done.
As far as I know, it works perfectly.
Which is more than I was thinking was going to happen. So
yeah, man. I kid you not. I woke up the next day and I was like, oh my God, I didn't go on fire. Good.
This isn't hell. That's nice.
This is great. This is lovely.
Great. We got
lovely.
another day.
My investment has paid off.
So I took down all my smoke detectors because they're connected to electricity. So, I just...
No, that breaker's off. That's the only breaker that's off.
Jeez.
The only one.
There you go. Well, you had some bad luck, dog. I had nothing but bad luck last week.
What happened to you?
I first had to get new tires.
That's right.
Dude, there's a big ass fucking cut in the tire. Let me see.
I had to change out a tire in this heat, but we won't get into that.
Oh, so we just had nothing but bad luck here.
Yeah, man.
Let me see if I still got the picture.
This is when I was younger. While you pull up that picture, this is why when I was younger, I was always like, I'm gonna have one of those little Harbor Freight jacks in my trunk.
Right.
Because then I had tools. I had a little Harbor Freight jack, and when you get a flat, dude, nobody likes fucking with those scissor jacks.
No.
Nobody wants to get in there and be like, you get a great bicep workout. But when it's 120 degrees like it is over here, and you're over here fucking like, God damn, that's an angry woman that did that.
I mean, I checked the cameras. No,
That looks like a fucking tire slash.
I think it's something that hit on the fucking road. And yeah, man. So I had
like
to
going over potholes and shit.
So I had to.
Where's Disney Plus on my fucking computer? Uninstall. Immediately. Did you hear about that, by the way?
Yeah,
that guy?
yeah.
Fucking insanity. Fuck Disney.
Also, if you're allergic to that much shit, should you really be like taking the fucking 18-year-old at the Disney resorts?
The point is not the fact that they did the stupid shit. The point is that they're trying to sue Disney, and Disney's like, yo, you got Disney Plus, and in that fine print, it says that you can't sue us if we kill you with our shit. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. That's the shady shit. Like, there should be no correlation between you wanting to watch Lilo and Stitch to you fucking not being able to sue Disney because they fucked you up.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
So I had to do that. So that was a whole thing, right? And I wasn't very happy about that. But I mean, you need fucking tires.
You need fucking tires, dog.
Can't just go on fucking
especially
donuts. So that happened, right?
What that set you back $400?
I wish.
Oh, for 4? You did all 4?
No, I did 2.
You just did 2?
It's fucking
It's
big
$700.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right around there.
Yeah. Tires are pricier now.
Yeah, it's almost like some sort of inflation's happening.
It definitely is.
Some sort of Bidenomics isn't working or something. I don't know. I'm not going to go there. Oh, man, we didn't go to the Trump rally today.
I heard it was here, right?
I know how much you've been telling me you love Trump and you're going to vote for him. You have been.
Have I?
And I was like, wow, I am also going to vote for him. I'm glad we're all voting
Have I said that?
Yeah.
I think they're both trash.
I mean, one can talk in front of a camera and the other one's Kamala Harris. So you got to vote for the better of the two evils.
They're both
the
trash.
Smarter one of the two evils. Yeah, so that happened. What else? Something else happened. Oh, okay. So last week, Trump was like, "Hey, let's go to the river," and I'm like,
"Yes, that's right."
I'm like, "Okay, sure, let's go."
I love the river.
I love the fucking.
You've been going to the river a lot.
And so we went. So last time we went, we almost all died.
And then you decided to go again.
And we decided to go again because this time we're like, we know what to do. We're gonna make it better, bigger, and
we're gonna die faster.
We're gonna die quicker.
Okay.
That way you don't remember me. I'm just a ghost at the river.
Okay.
No, we bought our own raft. Okay.
Okay.
Bought our own raft from Amazon. We didn't get the cheap one. We got a decently expensive one. Holds 4 people, right?
That's a big ass raft.
Big ass raft.
How do you fill that thing?
We got a little air pump. Okay. The little air pump filled it up in like 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm with you.
Great so far, right?
Okay, I'm with you.
We're batting 1,000, and then we got a little ice chest with us too this time.
Okay.
Fucking, she made sandwiches, and when we got
what kind of sandwiches?
Turkey and ham.
Were they any good?
They're pretty good.
You're like, no, they weren't good at all.
Well, I mean, it's a fucking sandwich. How good can it be? It tasted good because a bitch made it. That's what's up.
I mean, I've had some good ass sandwiches where I'm like, fuck, this is borderline fancy sandwich.
So we got those, and we had it in the cooler. We got some water in the cooler. I have my fucking cup. You know my cup.
Yeah, you got a lot of cups.
I have my cup. I have all my stickers on there.
You're like a woman with Stanleys. Yeah. You know, women are like, oh, I need to have my Stanley that coordinates with my colors.
No, I just
You're
need
like that.
I need my one cup because now every time I drink water, it tastes different. So, so we're good. We got it up. We put it in the fucking the river, and it's real shallow. So we're like, damn, we need somebody to push us off. This one dude's like, hey, I'll push you guys off. We're like, thank you, dude. That's very kind of you. So we get our big ass raft, holds 4 people. There is 4 people. It's me, Troublebird, her brother, and her cousin. And I'm like, all right, good. So he pushes us off. The current takes us, and we're just fucking cruising. And we're like, damn, this is sweet. This is nice. Better than the fucking little fucking like tires they give you to go down the raft in normally. Because you can rent them there. They're like the big black ones. And they get all hot because, you know, they're black and it's summer outside. So we're going down. No problems. First set of problems we run into. We hit some rapids, right? Because the rapids take you faster.
Mm-hmm.
And
like like those little Sonic pads that make you go faster.
Yeah, like that. So we hit those. We hit some, and they now this raft is fucking huge. So it takes a lot more to fucking maneuver you. You can't just fucking paddle water like this. It doesn't really work. It's working, but it's working real slow. So we're trying to not hit the edges, right?
How deep is this water, by the way?
It depends. Sometimes it's like 2 feet or a foot.
So you can't stand.
You can try to stand.
I know it's going to hit you, right? Because there's current. But my point is, like, you could, in theory, stand.
You could, in theory, stand.
Okay, fair enough. I'm wondering if, like, there's a fucking rock that goes in your asshole as you're oh, fuck that.
If you're Tanuki Mario, you can stand in the water, yes. Because it's coming at you quick. If you're not right on the edge, it's going to come at you. And so we hit some rapids. We get hit by some low-hanging branches, and we hit the edge, but we're fine. I'm like, all right, it's cool. We're good.
Okay.
And so then we hit the it's all smooth sailing. We're all relaxing. Everybody, we're just talking. But then we hit more rapids.
I mean, you did this already, though. You didn't know this was coming?
We thought because it was
like the river has evolved from the
river
last
has
time.
evolved, dog. But since we were in a bigger one, we're like, oh well, we won't hit as far. We won't get taken as quick. That's not true. Apparently, you get taken just as quick. So this time, but we can't steer because we didn't bring a paddle or anything.
Yeah, you're adding more mass, therefore slowing you down.
So this time it takes us, and we hit a big ass log, and the log fucking pops the raft.
Oh.
And we're in the rapids.
How fucking big was this log?
It was just on the side because the rapids
Some
threw us.
movie shit.
Yeah, it hit us
in the rafts.
Yeah, it hit us, and we start sinking. And I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, well, everybody just hold on, because the raft had little like pillows that you inflate. So
yeah, grab a pillow.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, we're good. It's gonna take a while for all the air to come out, so we can at least get to the side, right? And just hold on to the pillows. It's gonna stay afloat a little bit. That's all you need. You only need a little bit, right?
That's what 50 cents said.
Yeah. So we're all on there, and Trober's starting to panic a little bit. Because we're all drowning. We're all about to die. And she's like, I'm trying to hold on to the ice chest. I'm like, let that shit go. And so she lets it go, right?
What was in the ice chest? The food?
Food. My fucking cup, which I love.
Don't take the shit you love to the fucking lake, dog.
And so she loses that. And she said, oh, this rock fucking broke my toe. And she showed me later, yeah, I think her toe is fucking broken. Yeah. Also, she somehow got stuck in there. I'm trying to keep the other two alive because I'm like, she's old enough. She can be alive.
How old are the other ones?
They're younger. So I'm like, all right. I'm trying to keep the other two alive. She can manage herself. Also, I think she can swim, so she should be fine.
That's right. You can't swim.
No, I can't swim.
Damn, son, you're raw dog in that water.
Raw dog in the water,
and you can't swim.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm like, I'm trying to stay alive too, right? So I'm like, well, if she dies, she dies, you know.
You're like, oh well. She had a good life. She got 2 more years than I thought, so it's fine. I still think that's a red flag, but
so lo and behold, I guess she fucking was trying to stop herself, trying to stop the whole raft. So she gets out of the raft and puts her feet down through the hole.
Through the hole?
Yeah, in the raft, because the raft has
holes in
there. She was just freaking out. So I guess she either did that or got off completely. She's like, oh, I'm losing you guys. And she gets fucking stuck behind.
Those are the people that I cannot trust during an apocalypse.
Yeah. So
the first one's a break.
So now it was just me and the 2 brothers, right? And I'm like, we should be good, guys. I'm like, we'll just head down. Like, just hold on. And eventually we'll get to the part where it's like super shallow. Because there's a part where it's like inches of water.
Okay.
And so I'm like, just do that. And then somebody was like, hey guys, you need help? I'm like, yeah. She's like, grab on and we'll pull you to the shore. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we grab onto her and she pulls us to the shore. And at this point, I'm trying to stop too, but I can't. So I just bought some new water shoes.
Okay.
Those get swept off my feet because the current's going so strong.
Damn, son.
The brothers' shoes get swept off too because the water's going so fast.
You're getting molested by this river.
And so the ice chest is gone. Water's gone. All the water in the chest is gone. My cup's gone. All our sandwiches are gone.
I bet you the people at the end of the river collect a lot of shit.
Sure they do. It's probably where to go. You just find fucking everything down there. And so they pull us to the river, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get my footing because my equilibrium is a little off because, you know, I'm like, man, we just got tossed around. So I'm like trying to do it. And I'm trying to step on the fucking creek bed.
Right.
Dude, there's nothing but fucking rocks down there. So
yeah,
every
man.
time you try to
what do you think was down there? Fucking babies and cushy shit.
Yeah. So it's not sand. It's fucking nothing but hard rocks, and it's fucking real hard to move.
Yeah, you get the slimy rocks down there.
Slimy rocks. Ugh.
Get your fucking. You get that slime cheese between your toes.
Man,
Fuck
it was
that.
fucking not good. So I finally pull everybody to shore, and one dude's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go find my sister." I'm like, "All right, go ahead." I'm like, "But hey, if you get lost, just come right back here." And he's like, "All right." He's like, "I saw where she went." Because the last thing I yelled to her too, I'm like, "Go to the shore, I'll find you." And so she's like, I guess she did. And so he comes back like 15 minutes later with her, and I'm like, "Hey, he found you. Good job." She's like, oh my God, you're yelling at me. I'm like, yeah, because we almost died. She's like, well, what do we do now? And she lost her shoes too.
Oh.
So none of us have shoes. We're at only the middle of it's a 4-hour trip down the creek, right?
4-hour trip?
Yeah, like fucking Gilligan's Island and shit. 4 hours. And so
Fuck.
we're at the 2-hour mark. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, what are we going to do? I'm like, well, luckily we're at the halfway point. So we catch the bus, and it'll take me back to the car, and I'll just come pick us up. She's like, all right, well, I'll go with you. I'm like...
You're just going to leave the little kids by themselves?
Yeah, I was like, well, I was really kind of trying to do this myself because I really don't want to see you right now because you almost got me killed. But whatever. I'm like, all right, come on. So we go, and then it's like I don't want to say it's like a mile, probably like a half a mile up. And so we got there finally to the road, and the bus had just came. I'm like, all right, let's go. But then right next to that were people giving out free tubes for the weekend because I guess they had some party. She's like, well, let's just get the tubes and keep going down. She's like, we're halfway anyways.
This is going to work out well for you.
I'm like, we don't have any rope. You got to tie the rafts together, right? The tubes together so you stay together.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, somebody will give us rope probably. I'm like, I don't know about this. I don't think this is a good idea. I think if we keep going, it's going to get fucked up. One of us is going to get fucked up again. She's like, come on. I'm like, all right, I'll go. But anything beyond this point is not my fault. It's all on you. She's like, all right, fine. So we get the tubes,
What does that even mean?
Walk down a mile again, and we get the tubes and put them in the water. And somebody does give us rope.
From where?
Because they brought rope. Because if you're like at the halfway point, it's real shallow there, so people just come to like chill right there.
Oh, so there's other people.
Yeah,
it's not you were alone in the fucking desert.
No, this was like the popular area because it's a halfway point.
Gotcha.
So you can park and put your fucking giant rafts in there too. Or you can be like what I assume Mexico is and just have Mexican music and your fucking your giant ass tarp right there and just have a fucking barbecue all day. I mean, I don't know if that's what you're into. That's what you're into.
That's it. Hey, man. Free country.
So they give us rope. We tie them together. I'm like, make sure they're tight. All right. I tied mine to hers and to her brother's. I'm like, you got to do the other two. All right. Because I'm not doing this. She's like, all right. So she ties them. And there's all the problem. It was another lady helping her tie it. And so I'm like, but once again, I already said, if anybody dies, it's not my fault. I put it all on her. So it's all her fault. So they push us off and we're going again. And then it's the real shallow part, right? So we're like, wow, we almost died. I'm like, yes, we did almost die. I'm like, no thanks to your sister over there. She's like, what? I'm like, nothing. You know, I'm passive aggressive. So we go, we're chilling. And then some more rapids hit. And I'm like, cool, we're all together, so it's fine. I'm like, I just can't see. Now I can't see what's behind me because, like, even though you try to sit down to see what's coming, but you're always turning, right?
Right.
So you can't ever really see what's coming up. So I'm like, hey, I can't see shit because I'm facing the other way. They're like, oh, there's rapids, so hold on. I'm like, all right. So I'm holding on. And then for some reason or another, her brother gets scared and jumps out of the tube. And this is the deep part. This is the part where you can't actually hit the bottom.
Well, remind me of ages again.
I think he's 13.
Oh, he's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Just like starting high school.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he gets freaked out. He jumps out for some reason, and he starts drowning. And then one other dude sees him and helps him get back on the raft. And then
one of the other dudes, like the other rafts are in the area?
one of the people that are around us.
Okay.
Grab him and gets him on the tube and then puts him back on there and ties him back up to us. And then I double tie it. I'm like, because somebody didn't do it right the first time. And so it's tied.
You should double check that.
Hey, that's not my brother. I don't care if he dies. He dies. And so, but he just got a brand new iPhone. Guess what's in the water? The brand new iPhone. Yes, you are correct. He lost it. And so he's all mad. And I'm like, yeah, bro, why the fuck did you jump out of the tube? The tube is literally the only thing that's going to keep you alive on this raft.
He panicked.
In the water.
She panicked too. I mean,
so he's all mad. So we're going, and it's the rest of the trip is fine, other than we get to a real shallow area and fucking it's like an inch of water. Fucking rocks are up my ass like some sort of bitch that takes rocks up the ass. I don't know. So they're scraping me pretty bad, and like my tailbone like hurted like the next day because like
you're like, was Diddy around?
Yeah, man, that's what it felt like. Then the fucking big ass log hit me in the ass too.
You're like, Diddy?
Yeah, I'm like, what is this giant sea dick doing right here?
All of this sounds like a headache, but some of this is on you, right? Like, you first of all should check the ropes that she did, because why would you ever trust that? But secondly, why are you always in these scenarios where like you're like the fucking chaperone in this field trip?
Oh,
like why are you always responsible for these kids?
I don't know, man. I guess just the way it flows. But we got to the end.
Reflect.
We got to the end, and so that was the next thing. We didn't have shoes.
That's right.
Because that was my thing. I'm like, we don't have shoes. I have more shoes in the car, and that's why at the halfway point, I'm like, everybody had like one shoe, and the Mexicans that found Troublebird were like, oh, here's some shoes. So I took one.
You just gave her shoes?
Yeah. They're trying to give her food, too. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are we doing right here? We should be back with the people who are trying to give us food.
They're supposed to get a shuttle to get up there.
Yeah, so we got you can go there yourself.
No, I mean like to go back to where the cars were.
So that's what I was trying to do, to get the extra clothes I had. But so we're at the end. We just leave the tubes on the river because we didn't pay for them, so we don't got to check them back, right? But now we're like, well, how do we get back up to the bus to take us back? Because we don't have shoes on. And I didn't know if you know this, but the ground is really fucking hot.
Uh-huh.
So we're like, all right, well, we got to do what we got to do. Everybody gets one shoe. And so we all have one shoe. We're trying to fucking hop to the thing. But the thing's far away, man. It's still like half a mile. And we can't do it. And I'm like, hey, one of us is going to have to just go and bring back shoes for everybody. Because they sell some at the like main stand once you get up there.
Like water shoes?
They're just slippers, just like flip-flops.
Okay. I'm like, what do you got, Jordans up there? What do you got, fucking
But I mean,
Adidas?
anything at this point to get through the thing.
No, for sure.
So we make it a little bit more. We're almost like halfway, but we're still hopping. And then, I swear, both me and Troublebird agree, this dude came out of nowhere, like some sort of fucking phantom angel thing. He's like, hey, do you guys need shoes? And we're like, yeah, actually. He's like, oh, here's 2 pairs. And we're like, oh.
Of sandals?
Yeah, sandals. Yeah, just sandals. And we're like, okay. Like, thank you. He's like, yeah, no problem. You guys really needed them. And we're like, yes, we did really need them.
Is that Ari Shafir? Is he walking around out there helping?
I don't know. And then we turn back, and guess what? He's not there anymore. So we think it was some sort of spirit or something, because he wasn't there. And nobody else is talking to him, because we were talking to him for like a minute. Nobody else is acknowledging that this dude is existing. And everybody's just looking at us like we're just talking to ourselves. So, anyways, the ghost of Christmas Past gives us fucking some shoes, right? And then we're able to hit the boat, or hit the bus and get out of there. And then she did ask, I guess we're back at the main place. She's like, hey, is there like a website you go to for stuff that you find? They're like, yeah, there is.
There is?
Yeah.
And who coordinates all that shit?
I guess they send people during the week to dive in the river to see what they can find.
Wow.
So
how do you prove it's your shit, though?
I guess, like, if it's a phone, you obviously put your code in there or whatever. I guess they did find an iPhone that looked just like the brother's, but it wasn't his.
Damn.
Yeah. Because he tried putting the code in there, and it wouldn't. It said wrong code. And I was like, dang. They did find our ice chest, though.
But that was like a cheapy one.
Yeah, it was a cheapy one.
It's like it's a fucking Yeti.
It made it down the river, though, so.
It's not like you had like a fucking Ryobi battery-powered 18-volt.
We did have the little air pump in there, but I guess that didn't do us anything. So yeah, man, that's the story of how I almost died at the river.
Fuck all that noise. You need another chaperone. You can't be chaperoning all these kids.
Yeah, man. So that sucked. That sucked real bad. Sucked dick.
Okay.
Oh, and then her phone too broke. It got like overheated or something. The screen went completely green.
That does happen though.
Yeah.
I'll be in the garage, and it'll be like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm like,
Yeah.
excuse me? It's like, yes, I'm getting a little too hot. I'm going to take a break.
Yeah. So that happened, and she had to buy a new one.
A new phone? Oh, it doesn't do that. Mine doesn't do that.
Yeah, no, it shit out completely. It wouldn't do anything.
Wow.
Would not do a thing.
Fuck all that noise. Just leave all your shit in the car.
It's really hot in the car.
Yeah, but
Well, you have the little bags that go around your neck to put your phone in there. It's like waterproof. And that's where I
why
put
didn't
the
he
key.
have that?
Because he's stupid.
Okay.
No, he had it. He had it, and that's the only reason I'm like, oh, because I guess you were checking the location on it, and it was in the river. The only reason it's giving off a ping is because it's in the bag. And I'm like, that's a good bag, man. Solid waterproof bag.
It's keeping it safe, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if the divers go in there and they find something, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah. I guess they say they found a bunch of stuff, and I guess like once or twice a year they have a yard sale with like all the stuff they find in the river. I'm like, are people just leaving whole.
Well, it's like that video I sent you. Remember that video I sent you about Disneyland where they go through all the lost, they sell all lost and found stuff. I'm like, this is so. I hate going shopping already, and like going through those fucking bins.
Yeah, with some dirty ass clothes, man. Get some dirty ass shirts. You know you want some dirty ass shirts.
But I mean, remember I told you I had that one employee she knew somebody who worked at Disney, and she said it was like a fucking city.
Yeah, underneath.
Like Disney, but not just that. Like they have everything there. They have like a hospital inside of Disney.
Yeah.
They have like a ton of shit. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. So that's the story of how I almost died.
Yeah, man. You need another chaperone. You can't be doing that shit on your own. That's too much. That's exhausting. The kids and the panicking and I can't do this and blah blah. Hey, look, there's a little baby mini card.
What is that?
It's
A
a mini
SIM
SD
card?
card. Yeah, it's a mini SD card. It's a micro SD.
It's when our things were expandable back in the day. Yeah, man. So there you go. There's that story.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I feel like you put yourself a little bit into these situations. The tire thing's a little weird, but this thing, it's like, why are you the fucking only adult?
That's crazy. I don't know who would trust me to be the adult. I would barely trust me to be the adult.
You have another adult over there. Because Troublebird panics and fucking loses shit. Her brother panics and loses shit. What about the other one?
Other one's he's a little special. He's a little down. So
He's a little down. The way you fucking said that.
So he takes just everything in stride. He's like, all right, cool.
Well, that's the one you're gonna be able to trust a
Yeah,
little bit.
that one I can give him actual commands, and he'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. I'll do that.
Yeah, because I can't trust people that like are gonna fucking lose their shit.
Yeah, no,
in
he
high-stress
was
situations.
calm. I was just like, just hold on to the thing, and we'll get to the side. He's like, yeah. I was like, nice. If everybody was like this, that'd be really
Yeah, I
good.
was gonna say at least that one's a benefit. But hold up. Hold up.
Uh-oh.
These won't work.
Use that big one.
Force the big one into the chamber. That's what she said. What?
Oh, man. All right, give me we'll finish with the dark web story.
Oh, this is not really a story. It's more like, hey, look, I got a little.
Oh, you got the mini one with the mini one.
I got the little mini dog. This is one of my.
You got the fucking sound wave. It shoots the little cassette out.
Yeah. Dude, 1 gigabyte. That's crazy. Anyways, so you partake in the conspiracy.
Yeah.
No. God damn, dog. Don't be flexing online and shit. In the conspiracy theories, right? Mm. You know, what's your favorite? Tell me right now. You take part. What's your favorite conspiracy theory right now? I was gonna tell you what mine is. And you tell me what's your favorite
The
one.
invasion of Iraq was what happened because we were trying to get Saddam Hussein's Stargate.
The what?
Saddam Hussein had a Stargate, you know, like the...
but what was the what started? The invasion of Iraq? What did you say?
No, Saddam Hussein, invasion of Iraq.
The invasion of Iraq. Okay.
Because he had a Stargate, and then President Bush won that bitch.
Dude, Stargate was such a good movie.
It was a good
The
movie.
original where you're like, this shit kind of makes a little too much sense. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just the way they did the like Egyptian people, like all the
you're like all this weird shit now kind of makes sense.
This is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You're like, there's hot bitches here. I love hot
Yeah,
bitches.
I love it.
Hot Egyptian
To be that
bitches.
worm that goes into the hot bitches, why not?
Sure.
So you want to know my favorite conspiracy theory right now?
All right.
This is my favorite one.
All right.
Okay. and
Hope
it
it's
brings
good.
and it brings everything full circle. Oh, I had another topic I wanted to go over, but not maybe next time. Hold on, I'm gonna write it down because otherwise I will forget next time. Oh, I have this thing I'll show you, but this is not a podcast topic. My new latest conspiracy theory right now, and my new favorite one, just because it's so juicy. Favorite. Sorry.
It's so juicy.
My new favorite conspiracy theory, okay? And it's just so tabooish. It's so like the podcast that I thought it'd be perfect to talk about. My new favorite conspiracy theory is how people are saying that the reason that J-Lo and Ben Affleck are getting a divorce is because supposedly the FBI alluded to the fact that Diddy did some crazy shit with J-Lo and Ben Affleck just couldn't take it.
Oddly
my
enough,
new
I
favorite
heard this a
conspiracy.
very long time ago.
Yeah, I heard this is coming up again. And so I'm like, okay, we got to talk about the broken couple watch.
First thing,
They were good for such
they
a
were
long
good for a
time, man.
long time.
They were our
Even though he looked like every time you see him,
He was in pain.
he looked like he was in physical and emotional pain.
But
like
not in the beginning.
Like he just went through. He played Elder Rings just straight for 300 hours.
What do we call them? Broken people watch?
Yeah, Broken People Watch.
In the beginning, he was super into her. Remember, he was smiling when they got back together.
When you get new cooch, man, even if it's the old cooch, new old cooch,
It's
man,
still
makes,
new.
makes
It's still
you
new.
makes you do crazy things.
Yeah, he was happy, man. And then now they had a divorce all of a sudden, but you know she's fucking crazy. But my point is they're getting a divorce now, and the crazy part is like, I mean, okay, let's say you're dating a girl, and a troublebird, just randomly, just because we were just talking about it for no reason at all, and you were really into her, right? You were really, really into her, and it just didn't work out.
Okay.
And then eventually you get back together, and you get back together, and you're fucking excited, you're having a blast, you're like, man, I always wanted to be with her, right? You're there. But what if you came across some videos where the dudes that she was with were like tying her up and dick slapping her in the face and face fucking her till like the mascara ran, and there's like two dudes double teaming her, and there was like some DP, and there was like, you know, just aggressive, disrespectful, like spitting in her mouth, and just disrespectful shit going on with her, right?
Yeah.
And you found those tapes.
She didn't show them to me, right?
And
I found them.
You found them, and you came across them. Maybe you found them on the hub. You're like, that ass looks familiar. And you're like, I know that tattoo.
I found them in the file that said taxes 1999.
Sure. Or you found them online. Maybe you found them on the hub, and you found her on Blacked.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I mean? Now, is that going to ruin it for you?
I mean, yeah, dog. If she's on Blacked, one guy on Blacked is enough. But I seen these bitches take two. Two Blacks.
Don't say it that way. Don't say it that way. Don't say two blacks. Say
Two big Blacks.
Don't say it that way. We're going to get canceled and shit. Two guys on Blacked. Okay?
Two guys on Black. Who are blacked?
Who are blacked. Who are black. Yeah, man. That was got to change your
Back
opinion.
to black.
Back to back to black to black.
Yeah, man.
Back to back to blacks.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's. I mean, an aggressive. I mean, is that change your vision of her? Are you able to kiss her again?
No, I'm gonna be like, I always knew you were a whore, but at least I was like, oh, you're just like a one night stand whore. But this took time. If you're taking two blacks,
Don't say that. Don't say it like that. Two blacked guys on black.
Two blacked.
Two guys. Two
professional actors on black.
Two professional actors from the series Blacked. Okay.
I'm like, would you plan that? You didn't just meet Mufasa and Leroy at the fucking bar.
Maybe she did.
I don't know.
Those guys, I've seen some dudes on Black where I'm like, okay, you packing heat. You packing heat, okay? And not like civilian heat.
Yeah, no.
Like military
Yeah,
heat.
it's military grade.
You know what I mean? You're
You're
going
taking 2 of those.
and not just packing heat. Those motherfuckers are swole.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're packing heat and on steroids.
Yeah.
You're getting steroid heat.
Yeah.
You're getting military steroid heat.
Yeah,
That's a
man.
shirt right there.
Yeah.
I'm packing military steroid heat.
Yeah, man. It's like a transformer on top of a transformer. It's like, that's a lot.
Yeah, you got like right now you're holding Starscream or Megatron. Starscream, you are Starscream,
Yeah.
and you're holding Megatron kind of heat.
Yeah, man.
You know what I
exactly
mean?
Right. It's exactly right. Yeah, it would be like, you're gonna have to have a discussion. You're like, okay, is that just like a one-time thing, or do you still crave multiple people on you at once?
Multiple professional actors
at
from the
one
show
time.
Blacked.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if she's like one time, but that scene was like 4 hours?
Okay, I'll be like, okay, you really like this. And like, also, I never got you off because you're it's just not happening. It's just never happening.
I've seen those dudes from Blacked do stuff that I've done to normal little tiny women. Mm-hmm. They're doing it to full size women.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Bitches.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't got. You just know. You're like, I ain't got enough. I can't do that.
There are times in life, man. There are times in life where you have to look at the task at hand.
Yeah.
And you have to look at it and say, like, no, I don't think I could take Superman on. This is a time where I have to walk away.
Right, yeah. There's no shame in that. You just need to know your limitations.
You know your limitations. And when you have 2 male performers of the highest caliber from the coincidentally enough the show Blacked, then that might be where you are.
Yeah, that might be where you need to tap out.
Dick O'Reilly doesn't have the confidence
No.
to try to take on 2 professional male actors of the highest caliber from the coincidentally enough created show Blacked, non-denominationally described. Okay,
Yeah,
I
man.
might not have the confidence to be like, yeah, I'm gonna sling that kind of dick.
No, that's too
not
much.
military grade steroid dick.
No, that's a lot.
Yeah, man,
That's a lot. That's a lot for anybody.
it's a lot for anybody.
But
I mean,
not,
I
not
think,
for her because she took it.
I think if you're Johnny Sins, okay,
Yeah.
you might think twice about going up against 2 non-denominational, non-descriptive, professional, high-level caliber actors, coincidentally enough, from the show Blacked. Okay, you might not be like, I could do the same thing these 2 dudes can do to the one girl.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. It's like if you're good at let's say you're good at football. You're good at football around other people who are good at football. You are not good at football at the fucking Dallas Cowboys level of football.
Yeah.
Even the worst guy on there is going to fucking murk you.
Yeah.
Same thing with UFC. If you're good at jiu-jitsu, you're good at jiu-jitsu around here. Mm-hmm. You're not going to go like, hey, fuck you, Damian Maia. Let's fucking roll.
He's going to be like,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So you know your limitations.
So okay, back to the question. Are you able to get back with your girl at that point?
I mean, just as long as how many years in between? Because if she did it last year and we got together last year, I'll be like, I thought it was a little warm.
What does it matter? Like, are you like the coochie recovered?
Yeah, the coochie's not recovered.
You're like 2 non-denominational, strong performing actors of the highest caliber who are swole and on steroids and may or may not be of the Black allegiance. They did double penetration in one entry, and you're not recovered from that.
Yeah, no.
But are you staying with her? Let's say it's been 3 years.
Okay, well then that.
And she's done Kegels every single day.
Well then it's just a phase, and we can get past it maybe.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I got too much goddamn pride. If I saw my girl
that was my thing, though.
fucking doing some of that
I'm like,
anime
okay,
face shit with 2 non-denominational, strong, professional, high-caliber actors of the highest degree, coincidentally enough, from the show Blacked, I'll have a hard time with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because I'm like, okay, I saw you squirt on there.
And you never squirted with you?
Right. Probably because I'm not reaching your fucking spirit box inside.
That's pee, dog. Who cares? Yeah. And that's, I think, where Ben Affleck is man.
Well, she didn't pee on Ben, and that's why they're getting divorced.
I think that's where Ben Affleck is. And it makes sense to me just because it's so taboo.
I heard that that the FBI was like, hey, we know Diddy said you were helping him with some shit. And you know all his secrets. So we're going to keep some people on you because, like, don't leave town in case we arrest Diddy. We need you as a witness because you've seen all the weird shit he's done. So I thought that's where we're going with this, not the two professional male athletes, maybe more, maybe less. I don't know what she's into. Just started, ramming that cooch. But I could see Ben Affleck being like, yo, those guys were 25. They are full of energy. Full of energy. Like they could just keep going and going and going. And then they take a 5-minute break. And guess what?
They come back.
They're coming back and they're going just as hard.
Strong and harder than ever.
Yeah, they might be going harder because they got
man.
the second wind.
Yeah, man.
And now they're trying to break the second wind.
Yeah, man.
In you.
Yeah.
So that's when you're like, yeah, I don't know about this.
Yeah, and for some reason it makes more sense in my head because like I've been seeing a lot of random ass throughout the months, not like I'm taking deep dives here, but I've seen a whole bunch of videos about people saying like Jennifer Lopez didn't sing most of her songs, like other people have sang them, and she's just like, so it's not her. Yeah. So she's not incredibly talented like people they made it seem like she
just had to cancel her world tour because nobody bought tickets.
Yeah, so my point is like, someone who isn't necessarily talented, didn't sing those songs, had probably a lot of help promotionally to kind of get that going. No. And Diddy seems like one of these guys who's helped a lot of people promotionally. Yeah. Right? Whether it's Usher or Justin Bieber or, I don't know, whoever else he ran.
I mean, also her problem was she took a long time like off from music. Like,
yeah, but I think all the songs she had aren't her.
Yeah, aren't her. But still, even if you were like, oh, these weren't my songs, but I've kept them up and kept them popular. Like there's a 10-year period where she didn't do anything with music. So to try to come back now, we're just talking about fucking. We got all those useless bitches that we were talking about earlier in the podcast. Right now, so before they're like, oh, she can kind of sing. Even nobody knew that she wasn't singing, but you're like, oh, she can kind of sing, and she's good to look at, and she got a huge ass. Okay, those are all pluses. Now you just got huge ass. Nobody has attention span to be like, oh, you're mildly talented. Nobody's looking at that anymore. Yeah. So, but like if she would have kept up with it, maybe, like she don't have to do a song every year, but maybe put something out here or there, her popularity would have stayed the same. So her popularity just like really decreased.
Well, she thought she was a good actress.
That would be dumb. That's a dumb statement. That if anybody thought that, you need to be shot.
So, anyways, that's my favorite juicy fucking.
I thought you were gonna tell me the one that a lot of stars are reincarnations of other people.
Oh, I haven't heard that one.
Oh, we gotta talk about that one. Yeah, like because a lot of people look alike, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of movie stars, so they're saying, especially like older people, they're like, well, they're the same person. They just put their body or their mind into it, like a new body. Have you seen Naruto?
Yes, I've seen that. Naruto. I mean, that Jamie Foxx came back a little weird looking.
They don't look the same.
No.
I mean, maybe he got stroke face.
But now I'm starting to see a lot more of like people in their plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Like now I'm like, ooh, you got work done. You got work done. You got work done. Like all those motherfuckers got work done to a high degree. But no, I have not heard that theory.
Yeah. So there's that theory. So, I mean, I just saw a thing about it. I'm like, look, man, white people look alike a lot. I can't differentiate all the white people I've seen before. So, I mean, there's that.
I don't know, man. I just thought this one was fun because it's not like super crazy where I'm like, the world is flat. But it was just fun enough to talk about it because we keep talking about broken people watch.
Yeah, no,
For the longest time, they came off. Weren't we? Who was our other broken couple that we were talking about a lot? I mean, for a while, it was just like, oh, Johnny Depp was going through his shit. And they stayed there quiet. Who else was our other broken couple? There's another one where I was like, man, I don't think Jennifer and Banner were ever going to come back.
Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox.
They are broken.
They are broken.
But they remind me of circa, like cheap copies of circa Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob.
They are the like cocaine version of them.
Yeah. They're still together?
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyways.
Yeah, she was in his video. All his videos.
She's got a lot of work done too.
She has, yeah.
Her face doesn't move.
Yeah, but she's come out and been like, "Oh no, I got a lot of work done."
Well, good for her.
Yeah, that's good for her.
Yeah,
That's
and
when
she's
I don't
honest.
mind it too much. When you're like, "Yeah, I got work because my fucking tits were sagging." I'm like, "Nice,
Makes sense.
makes sense."
Yeah, everybody ages.
Yeah.
Like whenever I see people like, look at how this person looks in their 50s. My mom didn't look like that. I'm like, yeah, your mom didn't have millions of dollars.
It's like Khloe Kardashian. She looked like Chewbacca, and now she looks like
Dude,
something
the fucking
bangable.
Kardashians are all like those before and afters are so crazy, crazy. I'm like, you've been under the knife for longer than you probably have ever worked out.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyways, well, that's the pod, man. I'm hoping you can get this shit up and running because
I
we have
got it,
failed
dog.
so many times. But
It's
this
all
is an
me.
extra helping. You know, it's been like 4 months since we've
It's
uploaded
extra
one.
juicy. It's extra juicy. I'm
It's
going to
extra
call
juicy.
it the non-nominational two athletes who just happen to be blacked on the show Blacked.
No, athletes who are on the show black, they are not. Don't point out the fact they're black.
They can be black.
They can be black.
They
Is
don't
there-
have
is
to
there-
be black.
Isn't there white guys on Blacked?
No, the show's
No?
called Blacked.
I thought. Yeah, I know that. My point is they're usually black, but my point is I haven't gone enough to the fucking.
I think the one you want is Big White Monster.
I don't know about that. My point is like I could have said it was a white dude once.
It's on some big ass.
Because does black pertain? We'll end it on this. Does black pertain to the people that are on it?
Yes.
Or does it pertain to like blacked being the activity they're doing to her, as in like fucking the shit out of her with black people? You know what I'm saying?
It's not the activity. They're getting fucked by people who are African American descent that are also
See,
two actors
you can make the argument.
high quality.
You can make the argument that it's not about the black guys on Blacked. It's about Blacked being like the equivalent of being like, oh, I'm going to do missionary today. Blacked is like a thing where it's like Blacked is the aggressive, fucked up, like giant dudes fucking the shit out of a girl.
I mean, it might be. I'm going to look it
But
up.
coincidentally enough, they're always black.
They're always black.
Yeah.
And the high caliber athletes.
and the very few I've seen, by the way, I haven't seen a lot of these. I'm making it seem like I got a fucking curated version of the very few I've come across, okay, it's always in a dark room.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe that's the thing. That's what they mean by black. It's a dark room.
It's a dark room, dark guy. That's what you're saying. Everything's dark.
Yeah, black.
It's black. Gotcha.
Or maybe simply the activity of what they're
the
doing is
activity is
considered black. Like if you type in blacked on Urban Dictionary, is it like two aggressive, athletic men fucking the shit out of one girl? Coincidentally enough, they can or cannot be black of descent.
I mean, I just assume it's because there's two African American, or one, possibly three.
Fuck, 3? They play like that?
Yeah.
One girl?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
What a high level whore.
I'm
Wow.
saying if Ben saw that, I would be like, oh.
Whew.
Anybody sees that, you're like, no.
Yeah, no.
You're not the
No.
fucking father or
What's
mother
okay?
of my child.
We'll end it on this. What's,
Baby's just gonna fall out.
and then on this. What's worse? Would you rather your girl come up to you and be like, "Hey, Captain, I want to tell you something," and you're like, "What is it?" This is really. Please don't judge me. And you're like, "I'll never judge you. You are the fucking mother of my children, right?" And she's like, "Captain, is it worse if she would have told you, I've been on Blacked with 3 dudes, one video only. Let me show you a link." Or she lied to you about her body count, and she had like triple-digit body count.
I think the Blacked is worse.
You think it's triple digits body count?
Well, because some of those dudes probably lasted, what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Maybe one dude's going fucking ham.
Is it
for a
about
little
duration
bit.
for you?
Yeah, it's about duration.
It's about hours on the clock?
Yeah, because the video might be fucking 4 hours. And it's just these dudes taking turns just slapping the ham out of her.
Taking turns is such an aggressive
man.
term.
But if she's like 100 dudes and each dude lasts 5 to 10 minutes, because, they don't put in work like the captain does.
I hear you.
So everybody's not doing that.
Okay,
So
okay.
they're just getting theirs and leaving.
Okay, but let's say you met her in your 20s, right? So for her to get 100 dudes in her 20s, look at your fucking face. For her to get 100
The math
dudes,
is mathing.
yeah, if you had 100 dudes in your 20s, that means she had a couple nights in college where she probably got drunk and there was a couple dudes. Maybe there's a couple dudes at once.
Oh, that's terrible.
We've known some high caliber women like this before. So the question is, maybe she came out of the military.
Oh,
maybe
Jesus
maybe she's a nurse at a hospital, right?
Ugh.
She just was guiding around. So what is it getting worse? Is it getting better to be on blacked?
I mean,
she has a low body count, but she's gone on blacked. Three for.
Man. See, if she's just a random civilian and doesn't have a whore job, that makes it a little bit better. Her body count is higher.
You're like, if she was a nurse, it's over.
Yeah,
black,
if she's
great.
a nurse,
100,
and she has
100 bodies, great.
Great.
Nurse, pass.
Yeah, no. But if she's a nurse and she has a fucking lot, because you know she's a nurse, so she's going to have a fucking lot. I'm like black all day. Same thing with Army. I'm like, that. You might as well just have been on the cast, on blacked. You would
recurring role.
Recurring role would have been better. It saved you more time than being on a fucking Navy boat and you're the only chick.
So, all right. So what do you got? 100 bodies at 21. Potentially some multiples in there at once to get 100.
100 bodies at
100 bodies, triple digits, breaking triple digits.
Jesus Christ.
She's gonna come. She's coming at you like I lost count at about 100. So 100. We'll end it with this: 100 bodies, or blacked three for.
Oh man.
And you have to watch the video with her.
Huh. I'm going.
Mother of your children.
Well, 100 bodies.
You're going 100 bodies over black. Oh shit. Oh
yeah,
fuck.
Man, 100 bodies, because at least you can tell yourself, oh, this dude only lasted a minute because that cooch is so tight, or whatever bullshit you want to lie to yourself about, right? You can you can gaslight yourself enough to believe it. But there's evidence on blacked. And it's a VIP video, so it's extra long.
Fuck. I'm going to tell you right now, man. If you all aren't sharing this fucking podcast with your boys and having them go to fucking timestamp blankety blank and say, I need you to think this through the way the Dick O'Reilly presented to you, and you give me your answers, I don't know what the fuck kind of friends you got. You got some dog shit friends. Get new friends. You got to share this with your friends, man. This is the questions that everybody wants to answer. No, you're thinking this. Look at you. You're scarred right now, dog.
Yeah, man, that baby's just going to fall out.
You're scarred right now. You're looking at this like you actually had this happen to you.
The baby's down, for sure.
Yeah, the fucking poking.
Yeah, it was pre-stirred up. Even though the baby wasn't there, it's pre-stirred up.
Pre-scrambled eggs?
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of living in a trailer home. It's just it's just damaged. The home is just damaged already.
My stomach's fucking churning right now.
Home is just damaged, so bumpy. You got to live in there.
So what was your final choice? 100 bodies?
100 bodies.
Oof.
Because all those just can't be packing.
Is that what it's about for you? I thought it was about hours on the clock.
Hours on, because you got to take in everything. Hours on the clock, what they're packing. Yeah, man. And there's no proof of it, so
I'm nauseous all the way around right now.
So you can believe whatever you want. Fuck. But if you're on the internet and you see it, you're like, that dude just did 30 solid minutes and he's not sweating, so he has more in the tank. He can keep going.
More in the tank. Oh, fuck. Well, that's the podcast, ladies and gents. Man, we gave you extra full one. You haven't done almost a 2-hour podcast in a long time.
That's how we do here.
I got to give it back to you, though. I mean, too bad you lost a couple of them on the way, but...
See, hopefully I can get them back, maybe.
We'll see. Well, that's the pod, ladies and gentlemen. Like I told you, share this with your friends. I love to hear everybody's answers. What we should do is you need to get back on that Instagram. And you need to do a poll. You need to be, after this week's podcast, do a poll. Would you rather your girl be on blacked or 100 bodies?
I can do that.
And I'm curious at the results.
I'll put it on the Twitters.
There you go. Put it on the Twitters. Be like, based on this week's podcast, would you prefer your girl have... You got to be specific. 3-bodied black. 3-body blacked. 3-body blacked or 100 bodies by 21. Mother of your children.
That's rough.
Can that all fit in Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Twitter.
That's the question, ladies.
I'll make it fit. That's probably what he said.
Oh. All three black dudes
All
at
three
once.
black guys said that at once.
Well, that's it, ladies and gents. That's the podcast. We'll fucking talk to you next time we get this to work properly.
Sure will.